Good evening from Toronto. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Grizzlies have long departed Vancouver. The Raptors are Canada's team. And right now, one of the most consistent in the NBA.
And this team has a whole country behind them, Ed, just not a city. And I'm so sick and tired of fans talking about this team can't make it out of the playoffs. They have the personnel to achieve the ultimate level of success, and that's winning an NBA championship.
On hockey terms, he's ready to drop the gloves. We're ready to go in this one in Toronto. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Lowry to Van Vliet. Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Not that time. To Booker. It's Paul for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Here comes the screen. That'll get out off the Raptors. To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Gets it to go, and the foul.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 86% from the line. Free throw is good. Gets the three-point play. It's quickly 5-0. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Probing the defense to Lowry. Let's see what's there. Lowry. Shot clock. It's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Shot by Pachulia. No good.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Right now, down 7. Screen coming. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Phoenix with it. Paul, and a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Paul against McCall. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Paul driving, but he can't connect. And a chance coming up at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Chris Paul. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the
NBA
first free
Season
throw.
6 2021 games and highlights coming up next.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. McCaw into the front court. 8-2 our score. The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Suns control the possession to Paul. Sizing up the defense. Short jumper won't go down. Short jumper won't fall.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Paul. Deep 2 there, won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Can't connect. Not the best shot with the defender right there.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. The rebound's corralled by the Raptors. No good. Now Paul with the basketball. Leads 4. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 6 now.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
McCaw guarded by CP3. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Paul across the timeline. 10-4 is the score.
NBA Season 6 2021 matchups coming up next. Dallas Mavericks 5-4, Charlotte Hornets 6-5.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second guess your shot. You've had 3 wide open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
Ooh, Chris Paul. 4 out of 7.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Patrick McCaw matched up with Paul. Powell. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Paul picked up by Patrick McCaw. Spins and scores. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position
NBA
to
Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. Milwaukee Bucks 7-4, Detroit Pistons 2-8.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Mikal Bridges to Paul. From the painted area, won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
And he stepped out of bounds, turns the ball over. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Paul with it up top. His team leads it by 10. Nothing going here on that drive. Powell to Hollis Jefferson. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Paul. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Shot clock violation. Powell guarded by CP3. Dario Saric rejects it.
That's why a rim protector
NBA
is a
Season 8
necessity in this game.
2021 matchups coming up next. Los Angeles Lakers 9-3 Oklahoma City Thunder
That's superb
5-5.
defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Pascal Siakam. Powell to Hollis Jefferson. Shot from the lane won't go. It's Phoenix ball. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Paul. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Rondé Hollis Jefferson sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Powell. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Count it.
That transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Pascal Siakam.
NBA Season 6 2021 matchups coming up next. New Orleans Pelicans 4-5 Los Angeles Clippers 7-4.
If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Powell. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Paul. Short jumper off the mark. Pascal Siakam to Powell. Cleans the offensive glass. Charged with the board. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Patrick McCaw picked up by Paul. It's Suns ball. Paul. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. To Paul. Has a look. Tyler Johnson, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. First one, count it. Two for two on that trip. McCaw into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Screen coming. OG Anunoby here against Holmes. To McCaw. 4-3. Those shots, Jay, have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get 1 or 2 to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
Chris Paul with a chance at a 4-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Got it. Long key from 3/4 court. First quarter in the books. The Suns dominating so far. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Suns with the basketball. To Paul. DeAndre Ayton. To Paul. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. So the Suns keep the possession. Chance for Chris Paul. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Toronto with the basketball. Fred VanVleet to McCaw. To VanVleet. 5 to shoot for Toronto. For 3. Can't connect. It's no good. Paul into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To McCaw. Fred VanVleet. Dishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Paul into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Has a chance. Love the hustle. Sprawled out on the deck. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. To McCaw. Surveys the floor. Probing the defense. To Powell. Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. Gets a shot up. Off the mark. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Off the mark. Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Van Vliet. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. Powell to Van Vliet. A shot by McCaw misses.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Fred Van Vliet. Fine to shoot. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Paul. Short jumper won't go down. McCaw into the front court. Down a bundle. Fred Van Vliet to McCaw. Screen coming. McCall down to Zaza, to Hollis Jefferson. And he'll go to the foul line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Booker with it. He'll run the offense. DeAndre Ayton. To Mikal Bridges. Off the assist.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Lowry to Van Vliet. And the rebound's taken in by Phoenix. To Booker. Crawford. To Booker. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Taken by the Suns.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
To Booker. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jamal Crawford. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Ed, see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Lowry guarded by CP3. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Mikal Bridges. To Booker. Has a look. He's looking for that touch.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Lowry to Van Vliet. Lowry. Able to convert inside.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
Booker. Second effort. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Lowry to Van Vliet. Cruises inside for two.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Screen coming. Driving right to the basket. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lowry into the front court. His guys down big. Nothing going here on that drive. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
DeAndre Ayton to Booker. To Mikal Bridges. Paul. Look out, Devin Booker. 3 for 6 now.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Toronto has the basketball. Lowry matched up with Paul.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Paul to Booker. To Paul. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Booker. Devin Booker in his own desert. No one in sight, and he takes advantage.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Has a chance. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Paul to Mikal Bridges. A shot no good there for Booker. Lowry to Van Vliet. Scores from the post. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Devin Booker buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Suns were the dominant team in that first half, without question. And the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Phoenix Suns. The Raptors have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Second chance points. Player of the half.
Chris Paul and his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in that first half. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Phoenix has the ball. Stuffs it down with authority.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Lowry, guarded by CP3. Short jumper off the mark.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Paul across the timeline. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. To Booker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw try, off the mark. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Van Vliet. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. Paul with it up top. Looking to make something happen. mental shot right there.
Old school equals high percentage.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Lowry to Van Vliet. To Lowry.
Big pick right there.
The big man, Ayton, with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Fred Van Vliet. Can't connect from in close. Mikal Bridges. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Lowry guarded by CP3. Oh, that's tough. Phoenix with it.
Pick up.
To Booker. Take stock of the floor. To Mikal Bridges. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Trying to cash in. Their shot by Lowry misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Booker. To Paul. It's no good. Great defense.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
DeAndre Ayton. Won't go. Lowry into the front court. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen. Fred Van Vliet. And look out. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
DeAndre Ayton to Paul. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Substitution being made in this one. Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Van Vliet. Here comes the screen. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. Booker. Slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Fred Van Vliet.
Let it go.
That'll get out off the Raptors. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 27, Zaza Pachulia. And number 1, Patrick Woodball.
To Booker. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Lowry against Chris Paul. To McCaw. Nice pass to get things going.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Suns control the possession. To Paul. Probing the defense. Paul. 24-second violation. New blood coming in for both sides.
Subbing in for the Toronto Raptors, number 30, Jefferson.
Lowry to Powell. Down to Zaza. Won't go. To Booker. The drive right to the basket. Beyond the arc for three. Good for three.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Patrick McCaw, defended by Daniels. To Lowry. Layup goes down. Well done.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
It's Phoenix ball.
Right.
Here comes the screen. Big finish at the rim.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Screen coming. McCaw down to Zaza. Can't slam it down. Not that time. Lowry with it. His guys down big. To McCaw. Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Knocks down the first.
Number 43, Pascal Siakam. Into the game for the Phoenix Suns.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's Suns ball. Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Crawford. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound taken by Hollis Jefferson. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. He'll run the offense. Siakam matched up with Warren. Short jumper won't fall.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses. Lowry matched up with Daniels. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Lowry to Hollis Jefferson. And the rebound belongs to Phoenix. To Crawford.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Not that time. Sizing up the defense. Crawford. Deep left corner. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Here comes the screen. Lowry to Hollis Jefferson. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Swings it to Crawford. Has a look. Crawford's shot off the mark. McCaw into the front court. Final minute to play in this third quarter. Shot from in close, no good. DeAndre Ayton. Shot clock winding down. Daniel's shot won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Suns with the basketball. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Suns lead it big. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
To Crawford. Here comes the screen. Crawford. And finishes strong.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Crawford. He's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
First free throw is good. He makes them both.
Good shot, man.
I got this plan. Let's go.
Screen coming.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Toronto with the basketball. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here comes the screen. Fred VanVleet to Hollis Jefferson. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Won't go down. Shot from the lane won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Fred VanVleet goes to the left side. Shot by Anunoby, no good.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Here comes the screen. Navigating through traffic. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Fred VanVleet. Not that time.
Ball. Screen.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Powell to VanVleet. Here comes the screen. Rebound, Saric. To Crawford. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Crawford. Throws it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
To Powell. It was right there. To Mikal Bridges. Short jumper off the mark. Fred VanVleet. Screen coming. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Hollis Jefferson can't connect.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. The Suns with 4 to shoot. From long range, 24-second violation. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Lowry against Chris Paul. To McCaw. Five to shoot for Toronto. Fires the three. Advantage to the D. Won't go for McCaw. Paul into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To McCaw. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Phoenix has the ball. Booker. To Mikal Bridges. Booker. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. So Lowry. Has a look. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Booker to Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Screen coming. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range, and Kyle Lowry still able to get it to go down after the closeout.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Paul to Booker. From the painted area, won't go down. Lowry has the basketball. OG Anunoby picked up by Paul. Has a chance. Their shot by Lowry misses. Into the front court, it's Booker. His guys holding the big lead. To Paul. Down to 5 on the 24. Here's CP3. shot won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. And count the basket.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Lowry to Powell. Lowry to McCaw. Pascal Siakam to McCaw. 5 to shoot for Toronto. McCaw to Lowry. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Ayton with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
DeAndre Ayton at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. Nope, first one does not go. Oh, he missed on a pair. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Trying to cash in. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Surveys the floor to Booker.
Hey, switch, I got him.
4-3. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Gets to the basket and scores.
I don't really care that Fred VanVleet finished 3rd in the voting for 6th man of the year. You know what I care about? That he was a draft snub. That 3 seasons ago, he was undrafted and nobody wanted him. After that, he spent time on the Raptors D-League team to being a guy that sits on their bench to all of a sudden being one of the best players on their squad. That's a story, that's a narrative we need to focus on.
5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. From the outside, no good. Count the basket at the rim. It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Daily Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns put on a show in a blowout. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns. The Raptors seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging.
And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united.
Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
Ayton was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.